our pastors, they've been saying, oh, don't marry for beauty. Marry for the heart. Marry for the heart. If you see this woman, oh, such a damsel, such a pretty lady. But you're welcome back to Lifestyle Daily. We're talking about love languages. What is your love language? Someone will say, my love language is food. No, it's not a love language. Your love language can be food, but what is food? Is act of service, right? Is giving gifts, is act of service. So once Valentine's Day is fast approaching, which is tomorrow, you need to discover and tap into your love language. Love languages, I think that when I got to understand what love language is, it has really, helped me know who I am. Yes. Also, something I discovered for myself was sometimes your love language can change. Do you understand? We're going to talk more about this today, right now on the show. And ladies and gentlemen, I have here with me in the studios to do that Prophet Moses Benison and his beautiful, lovely Miss Malaika wife.
I didn't see that one coming.
You didn't see that one coming. Well, Lady Joyce Marmalade Benison, welcome to the studio today. I should have worn red. Oh.
We're all blending in.
I should have worn
It's
red.
speaking different languages, actually.
It's speaking different languages. That's nice. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys are okay.
We are doing very well, and it's always exciting to be on your show.
Today we are talking about love language. We want to help people identify, because believe you me, people don't even know what their love language is. They are falling for anything, falling for everything. Earlier today on the show, there's something called My Daily Dose of Vim. Today's Daily Dose of Vim was different. We spoke about respect and love when we actually said that there's no love without respect.
Right.
It took me to another dimension. Before we get into love language, please explain that for me. What does it mean by there's no love without respect? Like you need to go where you're respected, because once you're shown love, respect has to follow automatically. Let's start with you.
I mean, the respect is the foundation of love. You can't say you love someone without respecting the person. So everything that you do in communication, you communicate with respect. In feeding the person you love, you feed with respect. In having conversation, discussions, even disagreement, disagree with respect. Even fight.
Back and forth, respect.
Fight with respect.
Yes,
So,
yes.
because to a man, particularly to a man, love means nothing. Everything is about how well you respect the person. So we respond more to respect. It is how we interpret love. We interpret respect as love. That's how it is. So
Men interpret respect
as love, yes.
That's nice. That's new for me. Oh, so that is why mostly you see that when a man will do anything for a woman, that respects him.
That is very respectful.
That's exactly.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love where the conversation is going. What about you?
So I will extend the respect to the external people around those who are in love. For example, if you're welcoming someone into your life and the person is disrespectful to you, automatically they are disrespectful to the external people around you. It can be towards your mom, your siblings. So respect is definitely the foundation. It doesn't just apply to whoever you are with in the relationship. It extends to the others. So it's something that we definitely should look out for.
This is not the topic today, but the topic is love languages. How important, first of all, what is it? Because me, I was growing up, I've gotten to the part of my life where I have to choose a husband.
Right.
Now I'm hearing love language. I remember I went for singles and marriage, conference and something, and then they were like, oh, what more do you look forward to when you're choosing a partner? A lot of people got up. They were saying, I choose a 6, what, I choose this. I remember I said that you have to match my rhesus factor. Right. Somebody said sickle cell, and then someone got up and said, you have to understand my love language. And that is what the host said, that's correct. You need to understand your partner's love language. So I sat there and I said, ooh, What does it mean? So later on, during the conversation, the person and then the host said that you can love all you want, but if it's not in your partner's love language, they will interpret it as something different. And I said, that is why.
That is
That
why.
is why. That is why. Because I remember I was already, in something when I got
Right.
there. And I was like, that's why I never feel loved. Because this is what I wanted. But the person thinks that since I'm showing you love in my own way, you need to accept it. So, ne crack
It didn't.
it didn't do.
It didn't
It
do.
didn't do. But what is love language? In your terms, what is love language, basically?
Okay, so we talk about love, which is being attracted to another person, and then we talk about language. And if we want to understand what language is, then we can take it from the perspective of communication, for example. So communication can be between one person and another, and communication can either be verbal or non-verbal. So we're looking at how we can interpretate love verbally or non-verbally. It's just knowing you, knowing me. What makes him happy? What makes me happy? That's the line that draws the love language. You satisfy what makes me happy, I satisfy what makes you happy. It's as simple as that. Like I said, it can be verbal or non-verbal. What makes you happy, I satisfy that aspect. What makes me happy, you definitely satisfy that aspect. I'm sure people like it.
So, okay, I like what she did.
Right.
So she didn't just talk about love language. She spoke about love itself and the language. So that means that it's the way you communicate to your partner that she will accept your love.
Exactly.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
The thing is that love is one of the most popular words, but very much misunderstood. We have to understand love as a language. It's a language you speak, okay? Now, as much as it is one love, the languages are many, and they are different from each person. So if I have to express love to you, for you to understand it and feel it, it has to be in the language you understand. For instance, if I come into this studio and I'm speaking Dutch, though I'm communicating, I'm speaking to you, but because you don't understand Dutch, you will never understand what I'm telling you. It has happened to me before. I was in a fast train from Holland to Germany. So I bought Coke on the train, and then the woman was speaking plenty Dutch. So while she was talking, she gave me the Coke, is the canned Coke. So while she was talking, I said, okay, yeah. Then I opened it, and then it just blasted. Now, eventually, what she was telling me is that because the train is moving, be careful, don't open it now. While she said, don't open it now, I was busy opening it because she was talking to me, but understanding has not been established, not in the language that I understand. So I actually acted the opposite. It is one love, but many languages. And everybody have to understand their love language, because love language is how love is expressed, how it is received, how it is actually interpreted and received. So when somebody expresses love to you, you have to interpret that love, and then you can receive it. If you can't interpret it, then it will be very impossible to receive it. When it happens like that, it is very frustrating, not only to the person who feels unloved, but also to the person who is expressing the love, because I am doing everything to show how much I love you, and you say I'm boring. So I'll give an example. A situation where Kwame is very hardworking, puts everything on the table, pays the bill, makes sure that whatever the woman wants, she gets it. And then she comes and said, Kwame, I know you're doing everything, but I feel very lonely in this marriage. Kwame says, but I do everything for you.
Everything for you.
So in this instance, Kwame understand that by providing and making available gift to his wife, it's enough for her to feel loved. But probably her love language is not about gift, but about quality time. So she's like, yes, but you are never there for me. Said, I'm doing everything to make sure you're comfortable. Now look at the first couples in the Bible, Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Okay. When the serpent came to have conversation with Eve, the question is, where was Adam? So Adam was not there. The serpent was there for Eve. The serpent was there for Eve. Adam had gone to work to make sure he gets enough to provide for the woman.
Eve's love language is quality time.
Quality time.
Look at you. Hey, I see.
Eve's love language is quality time. Not how much you are bringing home, not just about paying the bills. Yes, as much as paying the bills is important, I also need some quality time. Because it is said that most women, the attention is their relationship meal. So no matter what you do, you need to add some attention to it. And I know my wife's love language is quality time.
Yes, said it.
So I make time for her.
Producer, but hey, so now that we've established what love language is, when there's a blockade in the relationship, as you just said, the example you just gave, because I'm going to be personal.
Okay.
I've been in a situation where the person every single time says that they are doing everything possible. But they were not meeting me in my love language, as in words of affirmation. They were not meeting me in my love language. We were doing the quality time, the calls, but then the words of affirmation that I wanted to wake up to, the language that I wanted to be spoken into, to interpret it as love for me wasn't there. So every single time, I was hungry for love. I was always hungry for love. Now, you can see how frustrated the person was, because at the end, eventually the person left. Because if he felt like, okay,
he's doing
everything that he can. How can one communicate that? How can there be a situation where if you find out that this is what is happening in your relationship, how can you solve that problem in your relationship?
Okay, so first of all, you need to talk about it. Not just talking about it. You can sometimes, however you expect him to treat you, you can actually try to extend same. It might not be his love language, but when you actually send that information across, you need to talk about it. He needs to understand your perspective. So for example, you love words of affirmation. It comes with appreciation, it comes with words of encouragement, it comes with, sweet words to encourage you. So then you turn the tables around and then try to appreciate him as and when you can. Speak the nice words to him as and when you can, so that he actually understands your point of view. Sometimes if we're not doing it, then they're not getting it. It might not be his love language, but for me, I think I'll frustrate you so much with the quality time. I'll make sure that you make that time so that you understand me. Because if I have to starve you of were you able to identify what his love language is? Some people are just, open. But if you're able to understand his love language as well, maybe one way or another, you can starve him around that area, but just so he understands that, okay, everyone's needs are different. So this is the way I need to handle my woman, and this is the way my woman is equally supposed to handle it. So definitely talk about it. Don't assume that he should know by now. No, you talk about it.
But some people are not emotionally intelligent, right? you can't have a conversation with someone who is not emotionally intelligent. It is their way or nothing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these are the situations that some people find
And
themselves. What do they do then? Because if you know that you're not receiving the love that you want, and you want to talk to this person, and you've spoken to the person, and every time you talk to the person, it turns into a fight.
Right.
What do you do?
A wise woman knows when to have a particular conversation. You see, I tell people that lions are wild. Lions eat meat, drink blood. But lions can also be tamed. You can go to somebody's house and their pet is a lion. So that wild animal, they found a way to tame it. You go to a home, there is a dog barking, and then you say, you start playing with it, you put your hand at it behind its head, you start scrubbing it, and all of a sudden, it's yes. There is always a way to handle a situation in relationship and marriage. Sometimes we handle it in a very wrong way, feeling that, oh, you should understand what I'm saying. But you see, nobody was born with love language. Our love language are learned through the experiences we've gone through in life.
Repeat that again.
Our love languages are learned through experiences, personality trait, etc., etc. How you were treated at home. It's what frames or shapes your understanding of what love is. So you grew up in a home where your parents make time for you, they drop you at school, they pick you back from school, and then you marry someone from Choco who doesn't even see his parents, maybe in 2 days or 3 days, is around somewhere. And then you feel like, okay, honey, I'm going to work, will you drop me? Honey, I'm closing.
Will you pick me up?
Will you pick me up? He doesn't understand. To him, it's not normal. Like, so he thinks that, oh, you should be able to come home. I mean, you should be able to come home by yourself. So that you feel like he doesn't care. For him, no, there was no father that showed him that much love and that much care. So he can't interpret. So his interpretation of that situation is far different from your interpretation of that situation. You feel like he doesn't care. But for him, okay, I'm busy. I'm also looking for money for you. He doesn't understand that by taking out maybe some few minutes out of his daily routine to pick you up from work, or for both of you to meet somewhere, drive together home, and etc. It's a language of love. So the first thing I would say is that kick yourself out of the assumptions. Assuming that, oh, because I'm doing everything possible, it should come to you as love. That's why I love what my wife said. The first point is communication. When after communication, kick yourself out of the assumption that because I'm doing everything possible, it means you should receive it. Now, if love language is learned, it can be unlearned and relearned. Yes.
Not be small. Our wife.
Yes.
Let's get into different types of love languages. There's quality time.
Yes.
We've spoken about. I mentioned it first because that's your love language.
Definitely.
There's
And then words
of affirmation.
which is your love language.
That's my love language. What's your love language?
I love to see a woman who is serviceable.
Serviceable.
Yes.
So acts of service.
Acts of
Yes.
service,
That's his love. And then there's
Physical
physical touch.
touch.
Please, let's get into the physical touch. Because people think that physical touch is, they have pushed the values of the love language physical touch to just one thing, which is intimacy. And intimacy, there are different types of intimacy. And we know the kind of intimacy that they've pushed it to.
Right.
Please explain it, break it, degrade it. My English has finished.
Divide it,
divide it,
dissect it.
integrate it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Let them know that physical touch it's not just that intimacy that we are
Right.
aware, but what are some other kind of physical touch that people can interpret as love language?
So, for example, I am clingy sometimes. So, an example of physical touch can be holding hands. I remember when we started dating before we got married. I think we were going for dinner or something. He picked me up for dinner, and because I was so clingy, I asked him if I could hold his hands. Because yes, that was, and it actually felt like, who really wants to? I'm sure he would be thinking in his head, why do you want to hold my hand? But it feels comforting. It feels like, oh, someone is present and I can feel their warmth, you know.
Feel protected.
Very much. And you feel they are present. You know, you can be in the space of someone else. Everyone is on their phone. You're together, but you're not connecting exactly. So the point of physical touch is to connect. You can connect by holding hands, by hugs. Hugs are comforting. I love hugs. Pegs, great. Some couples actually don't even give each other like goodbye
for
pegs
her,
or kisses.
When you part company, you have to peg.
Yes, each other.
When you meet later in the day,
You
you
have
have to
to.
peg. So when I
Yes.
drop her at work,
So if it's 10 times that you pass,
10 times
Yes,
it has
10
to
times.
be.
Yes,
you will pick.
constantly.
No, me so. If it's 10 times that
Constantly.
you part ways in that day, you still have to
Exactly. So if it doesn't happen, then it clearly feels like, no, there's a gap.
something,
There's a
a
gap. There's a gap. So
Right.
there are just different types
ways.
and different ways to go about it, especially as and when. There's not much you can do in public, but of course you've seen your spouse, you've seen your partner. A hug, I don't think a hug is so harmful. Some people don't even hug in public.
Yeah, they don't hug in public.
You know, so I'll just say go kakra, be flexible, you know.
Flexible.
You see, based on that, expressing love may be so simple, okay, not so expensive. A hug is not expensive.
Yes.
You don't buy it, you don't pay for it, okay? So you can do all the expensive things and neglect the little things that anchor the real relationship and the love that is between you.
Wow, wow. There's a lot of conversations to be had about this. I wish there was more time. But hey, thank you so much, so much for enlightening us more on love languages. I've learned so much. I'm going to, use it for
Exactly. Now that you've discovered the other one, right? Aside the affirmation.
Come again?
Now that you've discovered your
other
other love
one.
language, aside affirmation for you,
Come
you've
again?
discovered another love language, right?
Oh, I've discovered
Something.
another.
It's evolving.
Because affirmation has been satisfied,
yes.
so we moved to.
But one last thing, why did my love language change over time? I want to understand this because I told you that I started with words of affirmation. I've realized that no, maybe it's actually acts of service because it has changed.
Okay, so I mean, it was a hunger, right? And then it's been satisfied. And I believe it was satisfied constantly so much that it's just natural for us to actually want to crave for more. So I think another part of you just opened up to crave for more, and it's acceptable. So please, whoever is delivering this love language should do it beautifully. Beautifully.
You're launching a book.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the book because we want to
Yes.
know. We want to know. Whet's my appetite so that I can read it?
I believe that the most important thing in a relationship and marriage is understanding the language of the or your partner. And unfortunately, that is the most ignored thing in relationship. And so, guided by the Holy Spirit, we've put together love language book that will be launched on Sunday here at East Legon American House. But tonight, we are having chocolate night. Chocolate night tonight. So that's the book, the love language. You see, there is no one that grows out of love. Your mother of 70 years is still craving for love. Your father who is 90 years is still craving for love. Everybody constantly craves for love. So we must always understand the language of love. But chocolate night tonight, if you don't have anyone to buy you chocolate, we invite you.
Yes.
If you're not able to come, please buy your own gift. if there is no one to buy you Valentine gift, buy the flower for yourself. Take yourself out. Take yourself out.
Yes.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
In fact, we were out 2 days ago.
Yes.
2 days ago, we met, just sitting beside us was a young lady.
Young lady.
She came to entertain herself
Yes.
alone. The following day, we went back there. Another young lady
Was
also
there by
came
her-
at the
yes.
same place, sat at the same place, came to entertain herself
Yes.
by herself.
herself.
Like, if no one is taking
Taking
me
me
out,
out,
I'm taking
I'm
myself
taking
out.
myself
That's
out.
powerful.
Don't be
Yes.
worried. Don't be thinking. Don't be feeling lonely. Oh, why nobody cares about me? Express love to yourself.
Yes,
If there is no one to do that.
No, express your love to yourself. If there is absolutely no one to do that, thank you so much, Lady Joyce, Mamley Benison, and then thank you so much, Prophet Benison. Listen, we're going to be, please, what chocolates? Is there going to be Bounty and Twix? And
See, these are the Toblerone DV people.
yes.
There's gonna be variety.
It's unveiled the surprise. So
Variety.
unveil it.
yeah, it's not like local. No, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
Oh, thank you so much.
you're
And you heard
welcome.
about it, okay? So his book launch is coming on them this Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday at
Yeah.
East
Family
Legon
Altar Church.
American House
Yes.
Family Altar Church. It's about the love language. It definitely, it's a book that I'll love to
Yes.
get into more because I need to understand myself. I know how
Yes.
sometimes I am, so I need to understand myself. Thank you so
Definitely.
much.
Thank
Have an
you.
amazing day.
You
and
too.
next time when I meet you, I'm going to ask you how you spent your Valentine's Day.
Definitely, we'll
I'm
get
going to
into
ask
that.
you. Thank you so much. Well, ladies and
Enjoy your
gentlemen,
day.
we'll be back with more conversations. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.